We're at the University of North Florida Environmental Center. Check out the trails here today. This is on UNF campus. So let's drive on into the parking area and take a peek. Let's take a look at the UNF map trail system. First of all, to get you oriented, over here is Town Center. So if you take Butler, you take 295, then you can take UNF Drive and come into UNF that way. And you make your first right that brings you down into the parking lot. Now from here there's several trails you can take. This dotted line right here, if you go past the parking lot, past the restrooms and down, this is called the Red Maple Trail, and it's a boardwalk that's about a half a mile, really pretty. And there's a nice loop in there too. The main trail is the Goldenrod Trail. So if you come into the parking lot and you go this way, you'll find the trailhead, and you can take the Goldenrod Trail. There's an intersection here with the Big Cypress Trail that I suggest you take. There's a big cypress tree right here, and this kind of makes the trail just a little bit longer, so that's a nice loop. Comes back, crosses a short creek. This loop here is kind of closed. There's a lot of boardwalk destruction here, so you really don't have to do that. So you just come around and back up. And the Goldenrod Trail at this point goes to the right, but I always go straight up to Lake Surprise and take the Gopher Tortoise Ridge. It's a good chance to see gopher tortoises along here. And you can see it just parallels the Goldenrod Trail. Then it turns back down to Lake Oneida. From here you can go left around the lake. That's what I usually do. Or you can go right, take the boardwalk back, or you can go right and take the Blueberry Trail back to the Goldenrod Trail and back to the parking lot. Okay, you saw the map. We're looking to the right here. Down there is the Red Maple Trail and the restroom. And the little center there. And then over here to this side is the trailhead to the Goldenrod Trail, and that's where we're going to go. Okay, let's go take a look at the Goldenrod Trail. We have a short boardwalk here, and then we'll get into the woods where the trail is. Prior to UNF, this area had been logged, and it's also kind of swampy. So when they decided to build UNF, they set this area aside as a nature center and for hiking trails from the very beginning. Very pretty in here. We're about a quarter of a mile in, and remember I talked about taking the Big Cypress Loop. So this is the sign for that. So we'll turn left and take this little loop off the Goldenrod Trail and check out that big cypress tree. We've walked about 1/10 of a mile down the Big Cypress Loop, and you see it come to that post, and you can turn left and go down here and check out that big tree. There it is. I guess that diameter of that tree is 5 or 6 feet. That's a big old proud cypress tree. And I think because it's kind of a dual trunk thing, the sawyers didn't cut it down. But so glad it didn't, so we can take a look at it and appreciate it. We'll come out and turn left and continue our walk on the Big Cypress Loop. Other than a little traffic noise from Butler Boulevard, you'd think you're in the middle of nowhere in here. Okay, we're at the end of the little big cypress loop, and we're coming back up to the intersection with the Goldenrod Trail. So we'll turn left to continue on the Goldenrod Trail. You could always turn right here and go back to the parking lot. This is where the Goldenrod Trail takes a sharp right. Got a boardwalk there if it's wet, which it is down in here after it rains, but pretty dry right now. Remember, there's a little loop that I showed you on the map off here to the left, but you can't get through there. There's a boardwalk that's destroyed, so it's best just to forget about that loop and just stay on the Goldenrod Trail here to the right. Remember I said that up here a little ways the Goldenrod Trail goes to the right, and that it's better to go straight, to go up to the Gopher Ridge Trail that's up here a little bit. It parallels the Goldenrod Trail. So we'll just go straight up there and see if we can't see a gopher tortoise. So we're up where the Gopher Ridge Trail is. It goes down there. And over here we have Lake Surprise. Not sure whether this is a retention pond or whether it's a natural lake. But we'll turn right and go down the Gopher Ridge Trail. There's one just coming out of his hole. Oop. Backing up now. I kind of scared him. That's the gopher tortoise. You go down this trail, just keep an eye left and right, and you'll probably see some. There's another one, just about to go into his hole, I think. He's a little bigger one. So this is kind of mid-morning. This is the best time, I think, to see him. He's waiting for me to leave. Take it easy, buddy. We'll see you later. I'll just show this to you real quick. This is what their burrow looks like. It can go pretty deep, at least down to the water table, maybe 10 feet or so. And lots of tunnels in there that are used by all sorts of animals. So the gopher tortoise shares his space with others. He's a nice guy. Good place to go when there's fire. Keeps them safe. You can tell this is a fresh one. It's nice and clean in the front, so there's been a lot of going in, coming out. Coming to the edge of the Gopher Ridge Trail. 295 over there, Top Golf. We'll take a right and go down to a short little pretty walk through the swamp. So we've dropped maybe 3 feet in elevation. And now we're in a good old Florida cypress swamp. Very short walk through here. Got boardwalks to keep us dry. But it's a nice view of cypress trees, cypress knees. Very pretty in here. Hear that sound? That's a tree rub against another tree here in the wind. A little breezy today. Okay, we've come to the intersection. Recall from the map. From here we can go right, shortest distance down to the Red Maple Boardwalk and back to the parking lot, or we can go right, skip the boardwalk and go down to the Blueberry Trail. It leads back to the Goldenrod Trail, make a left back to the parking lot. Or we can go left and walk around the lake. That's usually what I like to do. This walk around the lake is nice. Get a few glimpses through the trees of it. We can see it better later. And Lake Oneida was a lake that was made when they built UNF. They scraped a lot of dirt out of here to fill in other low areas. So it's not a natural lake. But it's got kayaking and stuff for students. And lots of turtles that we'll see later. We've turned the corner now and we're heading back towards the parking lots a little ways. Most of this trail along here is boardwalk. We're coming up now on the bridge that goes across that little island, as you recall from the map. And this is pretty close to the parking lot, so if you want to just park and walk down here to the bridge and walk across, you could do that. Let's see if we can see any turtles. You can walk across and explore the island if you want. Not much to see there, but it's kind of neat. Usually there's some turtles here looking for something to eat. There's one swimming along. See if you kind of hang around here, a bunch of them will show up because they think you're going to feed them. Head back, turn right, and head back to the direction of the parking lot, not too far away. We're back to the Nature Center. This is where they loan out kayaks to the students. Go left right up there, and that leads you back to the parking lot. We're going to go over here and check out the boardwalk real quick. Another little picture of the lake. Let's go over here and check out the boardwalk. So the parking lot is right up that way. And right down here leads to the boardwalk and the trail we were just on. Boardwalk is good for wheels, wheelchairs, or strollers. And as you can see, it's great for little kids. Red Maple Trail is about 1/3 of a mile. Kind of goes along the lake, but it also has a loop that kind of goes back into the woods. Pretty trail, good for kids, good for strollers, good for wheelchairs. Some nice views of the lake. There's a couple turtles out there catching a little sun. So that's the UNF trails. Come on out. There is a parking fee on weekdays, but weekends are free. So come on out and enjoy yourself.